Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us. I'm here with Frank and Mary Plute. Frank and Mary have a son with autism. He's 10 years old, and Frank is bringing a revolutionary brain treatment to New Jersey called MERT, but we need your help. So tell us, when did you realize that Frankie had autism?
He was young. He was probably about 8 or 9 months when I was realizing something wasn't right. People kept telling me, oh, little boys love their mommies, and they look them in the eye and they hold their face and they say, I love you or whatever. And I didn't have that. And I realized my son's not making eye contact. He doesn't even notice when I walk into a room. As soon as he walked at 10.5 months, he was on his toes. Also wasn't pointing at things to show me, and he wasn't saying mama, dada like he should. He wasn't meeting these milestones. So we got him a diagnosis at 18 months. And he had a lot of meltdowns. He had a lot of, we had a lot of challenges with dangerous incidents where he would stop in the middle of the street and I'd have to stop traffic so nobody would run him over. He tried to get out of an amusement park ride while it was going. There's a lot of challenges that we had, and we tried a lot of different things. When he was a little older, that's when we learned about, Frank found out about the MRT treatment, and I'm like, I'm not going on a plane to California to get this done. That was my worst fear. That was a stressor. That was a stressor for me to think about getting him on a plane and having a long plane ride like that. Frank said, we go for a week, and they tell us when they look at that EEG, a before and after EEG, after 1 week of treatment, can he improve with this? Will he have some kind of change? And we were just so happy because it gave us hope. We had hope, finally. Somebody was helping us.
So at the point in time when you were getting on the plane to go to California, where were his verbal skills at?
I think on that trip, he only said, ooh, DoubleTree, or something else. That was, I mean, he had a couple of words, that was it.
So, but no real sentences?
No full sentences. He wasn't able, I mean, he would have, if we were lucky, he would say 2 words or 3 words at the most together, but no full sentences. And he had improvement after a week. Over the weeks that we were there, we noticed differences, changes. And this child who would have a meltdown at least 4, 5, 6 times a day, now maybe we saw it once a week. On the way back, come back to Jersey, he has full sentences. We were thinking, we see some changes in his, his words, but is it just because, we're his parents and we want to see that? No, we were seeing them.
I've known Frankie since he was a little boy, and he was a nonverbal autistic child. His parents took him to a treatment center in California to see if that would help him, and believe it or not, it did. Whatever they did, it was absolutely amazing. He now speaks sentences. He does not need to be prompted to answer questions. He reads, he writes. He likes to socialize with people now, which is a completely different child than what I knew before.
I remember being in my mother-in-law's kitchen, crying to her and saying, am I ever going to hear my son say, I love you, Mom? And now he doesn't shut up. He talks all the time and says, I love you, Mom. I love you.
Love you too. I love you, Daddy. You're the best pal ever.
So do you need to continue treatments in order to keep the improvements you made? Is it like, if you stop working out, you lose all your muscles? I mean, how does that work?
No, absolutely not. What you've gained, you maintain. So you're gaining very quickly when you're on the treatments. If you stop, it'll plateau, and you might even improve a little bit without treatment because the brain is already improving. If you continue treatments, you continue to skyrocket in your development.
So I understand that New Jersey has the highest rate of autism, is that correct?
Correct. The highest rate of any state, and that's been for years ongoing. So what we really need to do is get this therapy to New Jersey as soon as possible to start helping these kids that are struggling with autism and their families that are trying to support them.
All right, so is this something that insurance covers? Is this out of pocket?
Insurance currently does not cover this. It has been put in for FDA approval, but that's a few years out. But what is currently available is a low-interest loan option from a company called Treatment Funding Assistance. So practically every single parent can get their kid this treatment and afford paying for it.
And I understand this doesn't only help autism.
That's correct. It helps much more than just autism. We have PTSD, ADHD, stroke victims, anxiety, depression, which is covered by insurance, by the way, and now with treatment funding assistance, everyone can afford it.
So thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day to talk about this important topic and to bring this treatment to New Jersey.
Help us to give hope to these families and to these kids that really, really need our help.
Help us to give hope to parents as hope was given to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Kind of really cool. That's so impressive.
Thank you.
Hold on.